Hello and welcome everybody. My name is LUHRAK. Welcome to another episode. Today we're drawing Rocket from the Avengers, the MCU, however you want to call it. Most in particular, I suppose, from the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? I guess it's like the main thing they're from, or yeah. So I don't know. I like Rocket quite a lot. I would almost say like probably not like my totally favorite character out of all in the MCU, but like quite up there, definitely. And I'm totally not biased because furry. But yeah, I thought he's pretty cool, and I definitely want to draw him. I had him on the list for like a little bit, and now that I've like gotten around to like watching a bunch of like MCU stuff again with like Disney Plus, I thought, hell yeah, let's go ahead and to draw him, little boyo. He actually like doesn't have a lot like about him that like probably like why he also doesn't have like a lot of like screen time, sadly. Like he doesn't have like superpowers, right? He's like not like a main character really at all. I mean, Guys in the Galaxy like obviously gets like decent screen time, right? But overall his power level ain't like, he doesn't really have powers, right? So he mostly relies on his weapons. He relies on a lot of gadgets. I feel like in the second one he like still, like, I guess also in the first one, but like that one is like further away. Like I watched the first one like a while ago, like once, and like the second one I watched like 5 times or something, because that was like, I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Amazon Prime, but like I rewatched it a bunch of times, and that one is like much more in my memory, so I'll be referencing that one more. But definitely, you know, in the second one, I mean, it did show off nicely what he can do. He like basically fought big groups of like people like in the night, like after like, yeah, he's like kind of alone, like protecting like the ship. And yeah, like, yeah, he's like just managing like so many people and just like tricking them all with all his gadgets and yeah, eliminating them. I mean, I feel like that like shows quite nicely like what he can do. And I mean, also generally in like fighting scenes, I suppose. But yeah. Overall, still, I'm glad he like got around into Endgame as well and stuff like that. Very nice, very nice. For the post, I relatively closely referenced like one of the images I like picked out for the references. It's still like a little bit different, and I felt like, I don't know, like how he holds the weapon is like slightly different. I think also like the weapon is like actually a little slightly lower and also like slightly bigger than it was in the reference. I don't know. Either way, I feel like for this image it works. He has like a bit more of like a hero pose on me. I feel like almost like, you know, this like looks like it can be on a cover of a movie, you know, like with the arm and like the chest like puffed out, you know, like kind of this angle, you know, then like, you know, the back shoulder is a little bit like, or like his left shoulder is a little bit like more in the background, you know, it has like this kind of diagonal stance, and then really like with the fist and the arm in the front ground looking up. I feel like that's like super kind of like quite the like superhero stance almost, I feel like. And I can guarantee you there's like hundreds of like movies that have like this pose in their freaking cover. So I don't know quite well why I defaulted to this, but in this case. But like I said, I kind of referenced some like the pose, but also kind of went like off script and like kind of, you know, the arms, I guess, are like a little bit different. Made him just like slightly more muscular as well, I suppose, than he actually is. His torso is more like a rectangle, and I made him like, you know, the chest, like the upper area is like a little bit, you know, buffer, but I think it turned out well. Then as well, I wanted to have like the smoke of the gun in there. I felt like that was a cool thing to like, you know, I recently like drew Gohan with like the cigar and the smoke, and I felt like that it really worked quite well. I didn't really like, just want to copy it, but I mean, it still felt like it could be really cool, you know, almost making it like he shot the gun really recently and it's still hot and like smoking out of the, you know, the gun hole. Very nice. And also for the shading, I thought, hey, like he's from like space, right? Like it's a movie, like the Guys of the Galaxy, they're like in the galaxy, right? Like usually all the other movies are like on Earth, but this is like really out there. And I thought I'd like embrace it just a little bit, at least by the lighting. So I picked actually a more purple-ish violet kind of light. And yeah, it's not something I usually kind of do. So I don't know, it makes it look a bunch more spacey and out there, you know? Like a purple light source is usually not really around in, you know, normal settings. I think that like really made it look quite nicely as well. I experimented a little bit around with like gradient shading as well in this case. Made it kind of subtle, but like it's there. And overall it just like came out as like a really nice image. I feel like I'm quite proud of this one. I feel like everything on it, like the pose, the face is quite accurate. The whole shading and lighting all works well. So yeah, just nice. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. If you did, boop that like and subscribe button. And other than that, see you in the next one.